This is the Husqvarna K760 300mm petrol-powered cut-off saw. It's used for cutting concrete, bricks, masonry materials and various metals like steel and iron. The new 74cc X-Torque engine produces 75% fewer emissions and increases fuel efficiency by 20%, whilst also delivering 3.7 kilowatts of power. This gives the K760 the highest power-to-weight ratio of any of the 300mm machines available. The new generation of active air filtration is one of the most efficient systems on the market, delivering operational times of up to 1 year with no filter service required. It's fitted with a dust-sealed starter and a long-life starter cord, which reduces the risk of downtime and dramatically increases reliability and product life. An efficient vibration dampening system means the machine is capable of being used for up to 8 hours a day without causing operator fatigue. The cutter head is reversible for easy cutting close to a wall or floor, and easy starting is thanks to an air purge and decompression valve. To use the K760 mounted on the trolley safely, first ensure you have good vision of the cutting area of the blade. Hold both handles of the trolley and do a pre-use inspection. Ensure the machine is fully fueled with a 50:1 2-stroke mixture using Husqvarna Oil Guard 2-stroke oil. Check that the trolley's water tank is full and ensure the correct blade and size is fitted. The blade guard should also be in the correct position and the machine should be correctly mounted on the trolley. Make sure that personnel are at a safe working distance from the operation and use the trolley's depth limiter to ensure that the blade isn't in contact with the ground or anything else. Switch on the machine and lock it at half throttle and then purge the carburetor 6 times. Pull the choke fully out and push in the decompression valve. Secure the trolley to prevent movement by holding the front handle with your left arm and ensure that your feet are away from the blade. Take hold of the starter handle and gently pull out the handle until you feel it engage with the engine. Then pull sharply to start the engine. As soon as the engine starts, push the choke control fully in and blip the throttle lever so the machine returns to idle. Operate the throttle trigger a couple of times and ensure that when it's released, the engine returns to idle. Stop the machine by using the ignition switch on the saw. To use the K760 safely whilst handheld, follow the same safety steps. Again, switch on the machine and lock it at half throttle and then purge the carburetor 6 times. Pull the choke fully out and push in the decompression valve. Then place the machine on flat level ground, ensuring that the blade cannot come into contact with any obstacles. Hold the front handle with your left arm straight. Place your right foot into the rear handle. Bend your right leg and keep your left leg straight. Your feet should be approximately twice shoulder width. The machine is now securely held to the ground. Using your right hand, take hold of the starter handle. Gently pull the handle out until you feel it engage with the engine. Then pull sharply to start the engine. Always consider the material to be cut and the depth of the cut that's required. Do not try to cut too deep too quickly. This will put less stress on the machine and the operator. It will also give considerable extra life from the blade. When cutting, start the machine and ensure it will idle without the blade rotating. Adjust the depth stop to the desired cutting depth and switch the water supply on. Standing behind the trolley, push down on the handles to lift the blade off the ground. Engage full throttle and gently lower the blade into the material to be cut, down to the desired depth. Gently push the machine forward, but do not force it. Allow the blade to cut freely. At the end of the cut, lift the blade out of the material, release the throttle lever and allow the blade to come to a stop before moving on. And finally, a couple of safety reminders. If possible, always avoid working at height, manual handling and exposure to vibration and dust. Make sure you select the right equipment and consumables for your chosen job by considering the task, the material you're working on and the situation you're in. Ensure that users of the equipment are confident and competent, and that the tools themselves are in good working order. Pay extra attention to plugs, leads, casings, bits and blades. Make sure the equipment is within its safety check dates and assess all of the possible risks, including exposure to hand-arm vibration, dust, falling from height, manual handling and noise. And of course, always use the correct PPE and follow any site-specific instructions. If you're ever in doubt, always consult your supervisor.